When working with people on their personal development, one of the levels at which we can make most significant positive impact is to work at the level of the identity. And when I mean the level of identity, it's a person's I am statements. Because when people decide who they are, and they keep those thoughts and ideas and beliefs alive day by day, it starts to define what is possible or impossible in that person's psychology. It's a little bit like saying, well, I am tall. Well, once we've accepted that as a concept, our whole system starts to align with that idea. Well, he's tall, therefore he's going to be tall tomorrow, he's going to be tall next week, he's going to be tall in a year's time. Let's work with that, let's work around that, let's go with that. So we need to be really sure that the I am statements that we decide upon, believe in and reinforce day by day are ones that are going to be aligned with the things we want to experience and achieve in life. We want an identity authentically to be experienced that is going to have us at our most resourceful and freeing ourselves to live our greatest level of identity. And so that's very easy if someone is already in a great place. And many of the people we may work with might come to us when they're in a place where they're feeling pretty deflated, where they haven't got a really strong self-esteem. And just shouting loud enough, I'm amazing, I'm fantastic, I'm wonderful, often isn't enough. Because when someone's in a low place, it doesn't feel very authentic or congruent to be saying, I'm fantastic, I'm amazing, I'm wonderful. So what we need to be able to do is find an acceptable delivery mechanism that allows our system to receive that kind of priming of our best self without a yeah but cutting in. I'm wonderful. Yeah, but you weren't that wonderful this morning when you were grumping at your partner. Yeah, but you weren't that fantastic when you were X, Y or Z on your business. So we need to be able to get something in that's going to be received well and accepted as congruent and authentic. And the way we do that is play a little bit of a mental trick initially that just gets us started. So rather than I am fantastic, wonderful and so on, if we were to put a phrase, at my very, very, very ... best, I am, we can start to acknowledge some of our greatest qualities that have ever shone through in any context. So at my very, 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 very best, I am resourceful. At my very, very best, I am kind. At my very, very best, I am an achiever. At my very, very best, I am inspiring. Now I know that at my very, very best I've got real reference points for each of these concepts I'm putting on here. It feels tangible, it feels real, I've got memories of where it was shining through. So because I'm saying at my very, very, very best, it's getting in. I'm priming myself, I'm reminding myself day by day, at my best, this is who I am. Get aligned with that system. At my very, very best, I'm this as well. And while we're at it, at my very, very best, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other. Putting really positive endings that have genuinely shone through. Now, this is just to get things going because, of course, I believe, and I encourage others to start to believe this at the pace that's right for them, that the at my very, very best, that is the real me. That is who I am. Anything short of these qualities just means I'm sometimes getting in my own way. Maybe I've shut the gates on these resources actually getting through, and I still am a blend of these wonderful qualities. I'd really like you to encourage you to start processing things in that way. What if your very best moments What if your highest successes, your most shining moments, what if they are a glimpse of who you really are? And that anything short of that just means you've temporarily got in the way of who you are actually getting through. People are so much better than they think they are. People are so much better than they think they are. You are so much better than you think you are. And when you start to acknowledge it and you start to invite it to come out and play, it can change everything. I need to remind myself, we're human. You know, we can have challenges in life that have us forget that we're remarkable human beings. We have a unique, special blend of qualities that when we access them, wow, the things we can achieve, the things we can experience, are absolutely amazing. To keep inviting that to come out and play day by day requires us to acknowledge it. Because the opposite, of course, is that we start to say our worst problems are who we really are. We have a mistake and we decide, oh, I'm hopeless and useless. That's the worst end of things. You know, we can fall into the trap of that kind of inner propaganda. So we need to have awareness. What are my I am statements? Am I listening to my inner propaganda, or am I giving myself the opportunity to really be in the driving seat of my own self-esteem and to put some better endings on our I am statements? I encourage you to do this on a daily basis, to get your best qualities acknowledged and to prime your mind day by day. Get your inner audience excited about, this is what we're aligning to today. This is what's possible today. This is what we're inviting to come out and play today. Put it on the agenda. Rally your system to the cause and let those resources flow. Who you decide you are will have a massive impact on how you show up, how you achieve, and how you experience your life. So it's worth working on it.